Kingmakers. Welcome to this week's episode of the Power Hour. This week's topic is going to be, how do I start? So, all the time you guys are asking, how do I start a business? What do I do first? What's the next step? This, that, and the other. The first thing I want to tell you guys about starting is research. Research is very important because a lot of times we try to start businesses and we don't know where to start, who to contact, who should be a part of our team, or if that industry is even needed. So the first thing that you want to do is start your research. There can be 20 different nonprofits on the same street and you guys are all helping the youth in the industry, but now you have 5 Boys and Girls Club, you have 6 Girls Incs., you have 7 YMCAs. It won't make sense. It may make sense to actually partner with someone, or maybe you want to volunteer with someone. So it's always important to do the research. You need to figure out what youth are in the area, what that target audience looks like, what the demographic represents. So these are all things that you want to research when it comes to starting your business. The other thing you may want to do is volunteer. So let's just say, for example, you wanted to start a nonprofit and you wanted to cater to the homeless population. Maybe if you started to volunteer with a homeless population in LA County or wherever it is that you reside, and you see, this is really not for me. This isn't something that I really want to do myself. That means that all the time that you would have taken filling out paperwork, doing the research, paying different filing fees, you would be able to not do any of that, because now you're volunteering for a good cause and you're supporting someone else that already has that same business or that same structure or that same idea, and you can actually expand. The next thing you want to do is obtain training. Training is very important. I know a lot of times we think that we're the expert. We think that because we've read a book, we've looked at a Google Doc, we have maybe did some research on the internet, and there's so many different journalists that are out there writing about different things. We feel like we're the experts, so now we know everything. Training is very important because, again, there's different laws when it comes to business that you may not be equipped with. So for example, when you're gonna start a LLC, let's just say and we will get into this in another episode, but you're gonna start an LLC, you're starting your own business, and it's gonna be for profit. But you don't know that you need to obtain a business license because you're selling merchandise online, or you don't know that you need a permit because you live in the city of Los Angeles. So you need to obtain the proper training from the people that are experts at it. It doesn't matter about how long you've gone to school, because I went to school for social work and that's not what I'm doing in my industry now. So I just want you guys to make sure that you are obtaining the proper training. I know it may cost a little bit of something to train, to get an expert, to get a teacher to teach you those things, but it looks better so that you don't wait 7 years to finally get and understand what you're really supposed to be talking about and what the training is really supposed to be about. The next thing that you need to do is make sure that you figure out things are facts, not opinions. Opinions are important, of course, because it allows us to basically say what it is that we want to say from our side of the fence. So I might have an opinion about something and you may disagree with it. We can agree to disagree, but facts are facts when it comes to business. So I want to make sure that you guys are figuring out what facts are. Don't just go with the opinions. Opinions are good for conversation starters, but don't just go with the opinions. Let's figure out facts. And I'm not talking about Wikipedia facts, because we all know we can all start a Wikipedia page ourselves. And if you didn't know, now you know. So if you wanted to create a Wikipedia about yourself, you can. So I want you guys to make sure that you're getting facts. So contact those lawyers, contact those doctors, contact those specialists in whatever that field is that you're in, so you have an actual fact and not an opinion. The next thing is doing the work. So you want to start a business, it's not going to be easy. Now, I'm not saying that it's not feasible. I'm not saying that you can't do it. I am telling you that it's not easy because you have to do the work. You have to invest time, for one. So you have to be reading those books. You have to go to these different events and network. You have to talk to people, and you literally have to do the work. Sitting at home, researching, writing out your plan, figuring out what it is that you want to do, what programs you want to implement, why there is a need for your business. Why do we need another clothing line? Why do we need another nonprofit? Why do we need another storefront? Why do we need another 7-Eleven? So I need you guys to make sure that you guys are doing the work. So let's recap. We just said that we are trying to figure out, how do I start? So the first thing you're gonna start is with research. Yes, you need a plan, and we will get to that in a later episode, but let's do the research. So figure out everything that you wanna do in your field. Make sure that you are volunteering with someone if you want to. This is not all of these things are not things that you have to do, but if you volunteer, it kind of gives you a little bit of more guidance, and you really understand, well, yes, this is something I really want to do, or nah, I don't want to do this anymore, or I want to switch lanes. So make sure you're doing the volunteering. If you are able to, make sure you are obtaining training, because again, if you are trained in the field that you are going to be leading to make your new legacy, then you're gonna be that much more beneficial to the population, to the world that we live in. Make sure that you hire an expert. So if it comes down to you needing, let's say, an accountant, you do your own accounting work on QuickBooks, but you really don't even know about taxes. You don't really know about different codes that's needed. Just hire an expert. And if you can't, I would definitely advise that you look up a system like QuickBooks or FreshBooks or whatever works best for you, but start with something. Don't just use an Excel spreadsheet, because it's gonna help you with profit and loss, things of that nature. And again, we'll get to that in another episode. Make sure that you find out the facts, not the opinions. Opinions are cool. The facts are better, especially when you are running a whole business. And lastly, do the work. I cannot stress that enough. You have to do the work. You will not be successful if you do not do the work, because your business will just be another business that got formed and is just sitting there waiting to be suspended. So do the work. So that is all I have for you guys on this episode of the Power Hour. I hope to see you guys next week. You guys take care, and don't forget to wear your mask. We're social distancing. It's still a quarantine going on.